Profiteroles. My favorite dessert since I was a kid. I've recently been to Paris, and as you know, if you ever been to Paris, they have plenty of patisseries, and in all of them they had profiterole. I came back and I said, okay, I need to come up with a recipe that is a bit healthier because otherwise it cannot be like that. So I decided to start, thanks to the profiteroles, this new series called But Healthy. So what I will be doing is traditional recipes, traditional dishes. I'll be adapting them and make low calorie with healthier choices, especially when it comes to ingredients, etc, etc. This plate over here has 300 calories only, which is not usually. You have about 2 profiteroles, that's what it will be. So if you want to know how I did it, stay with me, let's get cooking. We start with the fillings. Set a pot to medium-low heat, add 1 liter of unsweetened coconut milk. I am choosing this milk over others because it is only 14 calories per 100 milliliters, and I like the coconut flavor for this recipe. I am following the instructions from the Vanilla Essence brand and using 4 tablespoons for 1 liter. Warm it up, but don't let it boil. You could use 1 vanilla pod instead. Crack 8 large eggs and separate the yolks from the whites and transfer them into a bowl. I am using 70 grams of stevia, which is the equivalent of 130 grams of sugar following the package specifications, 1 pinch of salt, and 70 grams of corn flour. Whisk vigorously until fully combined. By this time, the milk should be ready. Transfer half of the milk into the bowl and quickly whisk until everything is fully combined. Add the remaining milk, whisk and transfer back into the pot. Cook on a medium heat, whisking continuously. The mix will thicken as it cooks, and it will be ready when it bubbles like this. And carefully transfer half of the mix into a container. For the chocolate flavor, add 50 grams of 85% dark chocolate into the pot and mix it until fully combined. Transfer it into a container. Cover both containers with cling film, making sure that the film is touching the whole surface. Refrigerate for at least 4 hours, but ideally overnight. For the choux pastry, we start by adding 240 milliliters of water into a pot, 115 grams of coconut oil, a pinch of salt, 1 teaspoon of stevia, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla essence. Bring to the boil and add 135 grams of whole milk flour. Use a whisk to mix everything as it cooks, and when the dough starts coming off the sides, use a silicone spatula. Continue mixing and cooking the dough for another 90 seconds to 2 minutes, or until you start noticing the oil separating a bit from the dough. Transfer into a bowl and let it cool down for 10 minutes. Don't worry if the coconut oil splits from the dough, that'll be fine later. For the next step, we need 4 room temperature large eggs, whisk them and set the mixer with a paddle into medium speed. We will add the eggs in 4 times, letting the mix absorb and combine fully. When the dough is completely mixed and absorbed the eggs, it will be a little bit sticky, and that will mean that it is ready. Set the oven to 190 degrees Celsius and transfer the dough into a piping bag with a medium-sized nozzle of your choice. Use a jar or a glass to assist you to transfer the mix into the piping bag. Use a bit of the choux mix to stick parchment paper into a tray. When piping, direct with the front hand and squeeze with the back hand. Make sure to leave enough space, I would say at least 1 inch in between each one of the shoe bands. Dip your finger in water and lightly tap the top. Bake for 18 to 20 minutes. Once ready, transfer into a resting tray and let them cool. Transfer the fillings into 2 piping bags with a small nozzle. With a small knife, make a small hole just enough to fit the tip of the nozzle and pipe the filling in. I would suggest making all the holes before piping. Introduce the tip of the nozzle, lightly squeeze until you feel that the profiterole is full. Finish by melting 50 grams of chocolate. I'm actually using this 85% dark chocolate with no added sugars and stevia. Transfer into a piping bag, make a small hole and paint all over the profiteroles. The full recipe makes 60 profiteroles and each profiterole contains only 53 calories. The full nutritional information will be at the end of the video, but now let's taste them. So let's give it a try. Let's start with the chocolate ones because they're my favorite. Just gonna cut in half because I want to see perfect. So good, so light. The vanilla one. It tastes perfect. It's also so light. You can feel the coconut as well. Especially with the chocolate, like the combination coconut and chocolate is very, very good. The choux pastry, I would even dare to say that is even better than normal one. I leave it. If you would like your favorite dish to be made but healthy, let me know in the comments below. If you like this content and new series, please like and subscribe. I am aiming to reach 1000 subscribers. Check my other healthy recipe videos. See you in the next one. Bye bye.